Yeah, it started, and also we've started doing this episode, and guess what? Social media sucks. It's bad.
384, okay.
It
is bad.
What's? Oh, you know what? We could do that as a debate topic, but I don't think it's a very good one. I'm gonna say, what do you think is the worst social media? Because it's Twitter.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we could do a debate on what 384 is.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about there.
I was just doing my timesheet.
Oh, right. No, it's it sucks. Social media sucks. I'm sick of. You can't go on it. It's like, you know how people say, oh, don't watch the news. It's all like doom and gloom. You know, that's like advice you get about the news. Well, fuck the news. Don't go on social media if you don't want to see a bunch of doom and gloom. That's all it is. I can't go on. You know what the worst one is for me? Instagram stories. Because people share any bullshit to their story. And Instagram's the most used story. So it's like, it's just like a load of bollocks. Like, that's like people think is real and they're like scared of. And it's not. It's not. It's like, look, I don't know whether this one is real or not, but I saw that there's been some sort of thing about, like, people being, like, injected with things in nightclubs or something, right? Now, I don't know how much that's happening, but if that's happening at all, that's bad, okay? Right? But I saw an Instagram story earlier where the whole story was this girl had been not only injected, she'd been rubbed with numbing cream first, right? And then jabbed with a needle. And then, on her way out of the nightclub while her friends were trying to help her, there was this woman saying to her, oh, stop being such a crybaby. And then they discovered later that someone had put a ring on her, and the ring said crybaby on it.
What?
And I'm like, bullshit! No, they didn't! That's not happened! Like,
what a load of shit.
And there's loads of people in the comments of it saying, it doesn't matter if you believe it or not, you have to believe these people, these sorts of things are happening and you have to take it seriously. Well, yeah, the things that are happening need to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
But what is bad is over-sensationalising it and adding this weird, like, sort of, like, storyline to it. No, that's bullshit. That's bad. You're spreading false information there. That's bad. Like, it needs to be put to light. Stories of things that have actually happened, not over-dramatized bollocks.
Does that not also derive from the people that have actually had bad things happen to them? I've said this on the podcast before, but I was spiked in a nightclub, and the following day I had a seizure from it. So it's like, that's like an actual thing that really happened.
Yeah,
you didn't see me crying about. I'm kidding.
Well, it's I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I don't want to get too political. But I'm just a bit pissed off at social media because I can't go on any of them without seeing some like horse shit, like trying to like talking about all sorts of like stuff that's probably nowhere near as bad as it's being made out to be, and people are just. It's bad. But on that note, follow us on Twitter at Badly. And follow us on Twitch, where you can listen to this podcast live. You can even follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or all other good streaming platforms where you can listen to this podcast. And you can even subscribe to the YouTube channel where you can see the video version after the fact that it's recorded. What have you been up to, Judd? Tell me about things.
You know, I was just thinking, I don't think I've ever seen a single one of our tweets.
A single one of our tweets?
I don't even know what gets posted.
We don't tweet much, to be honest, but we do tweet some stuff. Do you want to know what our last tweets were, Judd? Should we get Judd reacts to tweets badly? I find it hilarious that you're like half part of this podcast and you don't know anything that's ever been tweeted that's associated with you. The last tweet is to tweeting this podcast out. Then I've been tweeting about my fight update videos. It's mostly whether there's technical issues, and also I did some a couple like edited out clips from the 100 podcast special. So one of them is you just like knocking the microphone with your head and going, "Oh, is this on?" And then one of them is 40 seconds straight of my house's fire alarm going off and us going, fire alarm's going off. And then another one is when we got way too drunk on that stream on the 100 episode, and it's that one clip that I showed you of the camera just pointing at my open door, and then eventually I walk in with like my trousers undone, like you can't see anything, it's just my trousers undone, and I sit down and I'm just clicking around for a few seconds, and then I look over and go, hello.
It's brilliant. That night was ridiculous.
It was good.
How drunk we were. I just forgot what happened.
Yeah, we had to watch back the stream to know what had gone off, basically. We'll have to do another good like special episode or something at some point. That'd be cool. But for now anyway, Judd, there's many things. Well, I'm still managing to come up with plenty of topics actually for the podcast. Even though you're supposed to be doing this shit.
I've got topics.
Oh, go on then. Go.
I've got topics.
Come on, hit me with something interesting. Let's go. This better be good now.
When was the last time you were genuinely happy?
I've been fairly happy recently, you know. Doing all this boxing training is pretty fun. I on Monday I felt like shit like through the day, right?
Get a load of Mr. Big Shot with all of his serotonin over here.
Yeah, no, it's good, isn't it? I like some of that serotonin. It's pretty fucking good. Yeah, I felt like shit, and then I dragged myself out to boxing training because it like. Good motivation to go and train is if you're gonna get like pummeled to shit if you don't. So, you know, it was good enough motivation. So I went out into boxing training, and after I'd done it, I was like, sweet, feel pretty good now. So nice. Tell you what, it's pretty good. You should sign up. Actually, don't sign up to the one I'm going to because it's fucking expensive. Or if you've got enough money, do, because it's actually really brilliant. If you've got enough money to sign up to it, you probably should. But if you've not got enough money, I don't blame you because it's very expensive.
I'm being quite tight with money, to be honest, because I just want to be ready for when driving and everything happens.
Yeah,
which it's booked now, by the way. That's booked.
It's a lot of money. Sorry, the boxing, by the way, it's £100 just to sign up. Just to sign up in the first place, it's £100, and then it's £50 a month.
I'm good.
It's a lot, that. But thing is, if you think about it, that's 4 days a week that you can go to boxing sessions. You get unlimited use of a fitness gym that's there as well, all your weights and running machines and that. And also, it's a really specialised thing, like boxing and kickboxing and that. And also, it's like there's some champions like in there currently training you, champion kickboxers. So it's like, it's a lot of money, but like I kind of get it as well. But yeah. So you're not driving yet then? Are you not doing your driving lessons again yet?
So I had a driving instructor, and she was just shit. She was really bad. Like, she was really bad for.
Call her out.
Even I'm not calling her out. She literally lives on the street over from me. Which is bizarre that she never showed up for any lessons.
So you kind of have just called her out anyway, then.
I mean, there's a fair few people that live on the street.
Yeah, now how many of them are driving instructors?
It's an entire street of driving instructors. The whole street.
Okay, so you had a shitty one.
She was shit.
It wasn't because she was a woman.
It wasn't because she was a woman.
I'm preempting your bullshit that I can imagine you were about to say. It's all a joke. He's pretending that he's like that because it would be ridiculous if he was. It's all a joke.
Women.
It's still a joke. Don't get offended. Anyway.
Yeah. So I've got another one lined up, and he's backed up until December. But that's not. And I know it's because there's so many people that want to drive right now. But I've booked my practical for February.
Oh mate, you fucked. You fucked it.
I know. It's not too bad that it's in December because but it can be closer that February date because there's an app that you can like put your reference number in for your tests, and if there's any cancellations, it gets moved to
Yeah,
those.
but the thing is, you need
I know.
more time. You don't need it to be sooner than February.
No, I don't. I don't need more time because I've had so many lessons already. Like
You've had a long break, though.
she when she showed up, I had all of her lessons. Then I've had about 2 of the driving instructors. I've had a lot of lessons. I'm like fairly confident. I'll probably have like a month or 2 anyway.
It's
of,
harder
like,
than you think.
and then oh no, and then when it gets like to the actual test, I'll probably have like, I don't know, I might do like a quick because you can do like crash course things, but I'll not
Yeah.
I'll probably not do like a full on week. I'll probably just have like an intense couple of days or something. But yeah.
If you're from a different country, this might be a little bit weird, but it's because the UK is, I don't know if it's the UK, I know at least England is one of the most strict driving like examinations that you can do. I know Finland's got a pretty hard one, but the UK is really strict, and we don't have, like, compared to the rest of the world, we don't really have that many road accidents. But I've got a feeling if you'll get lucky and pass first time somehow, and it'll make you a shitty driver because you'll have not had to like really try.
I was just about to say we might not have any many road accidents, but second I get on those roads, that fucking number's gonna go up. So.
Jesus. Oh god, it's so annoying because you'll be able to buy a car quite quick as well.
Buy a car?
Yeah.
Buy a car? You're having a laugh? Wayne's getting me one.
Oh my god, yeah, forgot. Can't believe your mum's sugar daddy's gonna buy you a fucking car. He must have a tiny rod, him. He must do.
A tiny rod?
Yeah, he must have a tiny cock.
I've heard he's got quite a big cock.
He's got to balance it. He's got to balance him out. You know? He's got too much money for his own good. He needs a tiny cock to balance him out, I think. That's all I'm saying, right? No, he needs some sort of disadvantage to him, you know?
I was gonna say that'd be the cancer, but that's just terrible.
Oh
he's not even got cancer.
Do you know what I think? I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna become I'm gonna become a really convincing drag queen, and I'm gonna steal Big Wayne off of your mum, so that I can marry him for his money. How about that?
Do it, because then they'll get divorced and she'll get half. So
yeah, and then I'll get a little cut of that. Or do I seduce your mum currently? And we don't have the same mum, by the way. We're brothers, but we only have the same dad. Or do I seduce your mum currently? Then she divorces him, takes half his fortune. Then I divorce her, and I get a quarter of the fortune.
And
I don't know. You know your mum better. You're probably better at seducing her. I think you should do this. Wait, what? Oh, gross! Oh dear, what a tangent that's gone on. Anyway, so driving. Yeah.
Yes.
Who fucking cares? Here's one for you, Judd. Something I wanted to ask you. This will be very brief.
Yes.
Do you remember the big boom of Shane Dawson documentaries when he were doing like the Mind of Jake Paul type of deal, and then he did that one about his makeup and all that bollocks?
Yeah, I remember hearing that they were actually like all right. They were like pretty good documentaries. So
yeah,
I never really watched them.
The Jake Paul one was kind of interesting. The general consensus on the Jake Paul one was it was quite good, too long, too much waffle. And not really actually even a proper answer as to whether he's a psychopath or not. And then the only potential hint was Logan Paul's more likely to be a sociopath than Jake Paul. I don't know. But then he did the one with his makeup thingy. Where he did it like Jeffree Star. He was, with Jeffree Star. And the consensus of that one was slightly less interesting and even longer. I think. But like still kind of good. Like it's like no one's doing anything like that on YouTube. And now it's just like bullshit and they're all bad. But my kind of question is, has Shane Dawson ever made anything good at all? Because I don't think he has. Looking back at those are definitely the best ones, and they're not good, actually. Looking back on them, it's just
what
like
are you talking about. He made he made Super Love.
Super Love? Is that a movie?
Do you not remember Super Love? It was a song. Do you not remember? Super
No
Love?
way. Shall I play it?
Yeah. Do you not remember
Shane
Super Love?
Dawson.
Wait. Hold on. I've got it for you.
Oh, Super Love.
I've got it. Watch this one.
I've got it. I've put it on now.
In fact, maybe the music version, a music video version, would be even better.
Are you okay?
There's this weird. So we're here. It's some children. Like, one of them's hurt. Oh, here he is singing. Oh my god. This is the most emo shit I've ever seen.
Did you know hear Super Love?
Oh my god. No, he's never made anything good. Is the consensus then?
No,
This Shane Dawson had so little confidence in this weird, like, kind of emo, kind of Lady Gaga feel type of song. He didn't even go on his main channel. It's on Shane Dawson TV. Oh my god! And you've seen his books, haven't you? They're like comical.
No, I
The
didn't
worst
know
one.
I didn't even know he had them.
The worst one is his movies. He's directed and been in like quite a lot of. Have you seen that one with like the smiley face on it? Is it called Smile?
Oh, it's called Smiley.
Smiley, yeah. Oh my god, 2012. Like, if can anyone tell me?
Oh, that's a long time ago. I thought that would more.
No. He's not made any movies like that recently. Please tweet at Tweets Badly if Shane Dawson's made anything that's any good. Because I don't think he has. You got some new headphones on your head, Judd. What are they? Audio Technica?
They are black headphones.
You don't even know, do you? You don't even know. Oh my god.
I walked straight into game. I looked at the first set of headphones that weren't off of 30 quid, and I went, them. So
it's good to see you've got headphones rather than like using your shitty one.
Yeah.
Judd for a long time on this podcast has been using a set of earphones where one of the earphones has fallen off and the other one it's not got plastic around the wire. It was just like wire dangling down his ears. Yeah, right. What else we got today, Judd? Have you got any other topics? You've been being good. You've been doing your job.
Any other brilliant topics? No.
Well, that's good because I wanted to ask you something. I've got quite a few pet peeves. It's part of the autism, and a lot of them are strange ones that people wouldn't get. But one of them for me that I remembered when I was sitting in the waiting area to do boxing is, for me, I don't know why, I really feel like if a room is of a certain size, then it needs to have a clock in it. It has to have a clock on the wall. Or like on a very visible counter that you can see from anywhere in the room. What do you think of that?
If it's just a big room.
You need to move that mic close to your mouth. Yeah, a big room. Like, say like, especially, there's certain things that could increase whether I think it needs a clock or not. Like, say, it's a waiting room. If it's a waiting room, you got to have yourself a clock in your waiting room, okay?
I think every waiting room needs a clock. I don't know if every big room needs a clock, but I think every waiting room needs a clock.
Yeah, it does.
Specifically, it needs a clock.
Will you turn your mic up a little bit, Judd?
It needs a clock, and it needs a loud clock as well to really
tick?
annoy you. Yeah, because you need every second, especially in like a doctor's waiting room where, like, you know, you're waiting on test results, and all you can hear is the slow ticking of the clock as you wait, agonizing, in agony, waiting for to hear test results. So the more like serious the situation will be. If you're like waiting in a little waiting room thing to go and like if you're going for guitar lessons and you're waiting for your guitar teacher, that doesn't need a loud ticking clock. That could be a digital clock because there's nothing stressful really about that. Now, but if it's like a doctor's room, that needs a loud ticking clock.
Yeah, so when I'm sat in the dressing room for my fight and I'm like nervous, it's like, oh my god, I've got to go and fight in front of all these people. Are you going to make sure you bring back there a clock that's going, tick, tack, like really loud?
I've got like a grandfather's clock in like the hallway. I'll just bring that. I'll just like carry it in and put it in front of you.
No, but I don't know why. I just it bothers me. It grinds my gears if there's not a clock in a room that's big enough. And it's like, it doesn't even have to be a massive room to warrant a clock. Like, you know how big my living room is. That needs a clock in there. And certain rooms need a clock even more, like my kitchen. A kitchen needs a clock as well. And there's too many places, basically my pet peeve is too many places that are too big, the room's too big and they don't have a clock in it. It needs a clock to make it feel right, okay? That's all I'm saying. Do you have any, like, weird pet peeves like that?
No, I thought about this while we're on the train, though. You know when we were doing the annoying people tier list, and you said people who put things on seats on public transport.
Yeah.
So
do
like
you see where I put them?
Yes.
I'll have to pull it up on Twitter. Carry on while I do this.
Okay. So I do that a fair amount with like my coat or my bag on the train, but if it like starts filling up, I'll put it away because I'm like, okay, people are gonna want to start sitting down now. This is going like under me or something.
So we actually put them in F tier.
Yeah,
which is not very annoying apparently.
Yeah. So what really annoyed me though? This pulled like an Uno reverse card out on me because I thought I was being the annoying guy, but the other guy ended up being annoying. I was like sat down, my coat's on the side, and he comes up to me, and he looks at my seat and he goes, "Can you move your coat, please, so I can sit down?" And like there was 3 other seats empty.
Right.
I'm like, what? Yes.
Did you not say to him, "There's some other seats there"?
No, because I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to be the guy who was like, because you remember me saying in the episode, I was like, the people who put their stuff on seats are only annoying if they say no, because that's a dickhead thing to do. So I was just like, yes.
I would have told him to sit on another seat.
What's
the fucking problem? Especially if, right? Well, there's some dependencies here. If you're sat on the ones with a table, you know, on the train and it's got a table where there's the 4 seats around the table. If you're sat on there and all the other seats are just not table seats and he would be sat next to someone anyway, that's an acceptable scenario. But if there's any seats at all on that train where he doesn't have to sit next to someone else, then he should just be taking that one and stop being a little bitch. But
no, so all of the seats that were available were all next to someone else,
right?
But none of them had anything on. So it was just weird that he came up to me, the only guy who had something on the seat, and was like, "Can you move it so I can sit down?" It's like, I can do that, but
were you at a table?
No, I was like,
all right. Well, in that case, it is weird, and that guy should be burned at the stake. Steak. Can you tell I've been dieting?
Can you tell I've not?
Yeah, because he didn't go steak after saying that.
I've literally just had it actually.
Oh, I would like a steak. Speaking of dieting, Judd, I've got to talk about boxing a lot on many podcasts until I've done my charity boxing fight, because I'm doing a charity boxing fight. If you want to sponsor me for my charity boxing fight, there's links in the description of this video or of this audio version of this podcast. You can either donate and sponsor. For every £1 that you donate, I'll be doing an extra 2 push-ups, 2 crunches, and 2 star jumps, and 20 meters running on top of the exercise I normally do. And you can even see me doing it in the regular updates I do on my YouTube channel, again, also in the description. You also get your names on my gloves if you want that, and a shout out on this podcast, on Instagram, and in the update videos. So you can donate that. That'd be fantastic. Like, please do. It makes good videos, and also money goes to charity. Like, I don't even get anything. Plus, you make me sweat and cause me a pain in the ass, and I know how much people who listen to us like to do that.
I've not donated yet, but I will be donating.
You should do. I'm gonna also. I've got it on my to-do list to ask about this podcast sponsoring my fight vest as well, because I think that'd be funny. And also, you can, if you're somewhere near Barnsley on the 27th of November, you can come along to the fight and get tickets. There's a link in the description of that as well. Sorry, Seattle. Barnsley's not close. So that's that. But what I wanted to talk to you about is I did my first sparring session. So,
Oh, nice.
So the fight is going to be 3 2-minute rounds, which was a good surprise to me because if you remember when I was showing you some boxing and things like that, I said, right, we're going to simulate what I'm going to be doing for my fight. And we did 3 3-minute rounds. Do you remember?
Yes,
and
I remember.
Turns out we're not even doing 3-minute rounds. We're doing 2 minutes. It's only 6 minutes worth of fighting.
Oh, okay. Well,
now the people who were running it were kind of saying, it's going to be like really hard. You need to be as fit as possible because like it's going to be way different when you get out there and it's really tiring. And I do believe them, but at the end of the day, it's 6 minutes. It's like it's not. It can't be that hard, surely. You know what I mean? And I especially think that because I did my first sparring session, and we did 12 rounds of sparring against loads of different people in a row. So I think I'm gonna be fine because I was fucking tired. Like, don't get me wrong, but like I was still like plenty able to fight. I wasn't just like like just throwing random punches.
Yeah.
Like I was still able to try and do stuff, definitely. So I don't know. To be fair, I think the sparring was only 1 minute per round. I think I'm not sure, but I don't know. The main thing about this sparring is we had to spar everyone. If you don't know what sparring is, it's like you just essentially it's a boxing fight, but like you just don't try and you don't give it your all. You're not trying to really hurt someone, but you're trying to like clip them with some shots and that, and you know, kind of light fight, kind of fight light. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we had to spar everyone who was in the session. So you'd get a partner and you'd fight them for a little bit, and then once you'd fought them, you had to find a new partner and you'd fight them for a little bit, and then you'd have to find a new partner. You'd have to do that until you'd fought everyone there, and then we kind of did it a couple more times. So some people you sparred twice, but there was this one guy at the session who was obviously way better than everyone else there, and he was fucking massive. He was like 6'5". He was huge. It's like I'm nearly 6 foot. I'm like on a good day I could claim to be 6 foot, and he was like I had to like look up at him like I was a small child and he was my father. It was like honestly he was fucking huge, and everyone had to fight him, and I was giving him my best, man. But he was not only the biggest one there, he was obviously the most skilled, and he was just like he wasn't even putting his hands up. He was just like jabbing my head off, putting me away. He was even telling me exactly what I need to do to him, and I can't fucking do it. It was so good. It was so funny though, because I was like, right then, let's get this over with. And it didn't hurt very much. Like, well, I mean, it didn't not hurt because you're getting punched, but like, fuck me, it was so difficult. Other than that, I think I did pretty damn good actually. Which has given me some pretty good confidence. So there's that. The other thing is, I've lost a lot of fucking weight. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Fuck you. You're not skinnier than me anymore.
I didn't plan to be after this, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, well, there was a small moment in time where I was fatter than Judd. That's very rare, in that all the time we've grown up, you've been slightly chubby and I've been skinny boy, but then I was like, fucking hell, I've got no reason to be fit. I like McDonald's. It's fun, it's interesting, it's exciting. I'm gonna eat a lot of it. I don't fucking care. Like, what? Why do I need to be fit? There was no reason to.
Yeah.
So I literally put on like 50 pounds. That's a lot of fucking weight. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I think at my heaviest, I'm kind of guessing, I know for a fact at one point I weighed 218 pounds. And then I'm pretty certain at my heaviest I was 220.
I think I've got fatter. Do you want to see how fat I am?
Sure. React to how fat Judd is.
I'm gonna do like a profile shot of my gut.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you've got some stretch marks there. I think you have put on weight, actually.
I'm a fat cunt.
It's because you stopped doing boxing with me, you little bitch.
I like it. I'm going to be honest. I actually like my belly.
Honestly, I'm not. I don't know. I've got a love-hate relationship with being fit and fat because I kind of love eating and love food, but I really like losing weight too. And I like doing the boxing, but I don't like doing the boxing when I'm really unfit. You know, I don't like... There's certain kind of sports that I actually kind of do like. So, like, combat sports I like. I kind of like badminton. Badminton's kind of cool. And I think I might like squash if I got into that. You know, there's certain ones that for some reason I kind of like. But I wouldn't like doing them if I was as unfit as I was at 220 pounds, you know? So, anyway, basically, I've lost pretty much 20 pounds in 3.5 weeks. So,
nice.
That's, like, pretty fucking crazy, really. I'm on track to lose... Like, you know how people go crazy about, like, Chris Pratt lost 60 pounds in 60 days, was it?
I've no idea.
Yeah, or was it 60 kilograms? What?
I've not got a clue.
Chris Pratt... For Guardians of the Galaxy, 60 in 60. I'm just googling this. See what it was with. It was either 60 pounds. Yeah, 60 pounds or 60 pounds in 6 months. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's it.
I've not got a clue.
Well, look. So they're saying, yeah. So Men's Journal. So people were like, he lost 60 pounds in 6 months, and that sounds crazy. But the thing is, I'm on track to lose nearly 60 pounds. And it'll be in, like, 2 months. So what's going on there? You know? Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, the difference is, I think he put on, like, muscle and, like, got shredded and that, whereas I'm slimming down. I'm putting on some muscle, because, like, it's hard not to. But, like, I'm slimming down, Chris so it's Pratt. Like... I don't get it. Like, either I'm doing something extraordinary, or people are overhyping Chris Pratt's success. I don't know. But also, I might not lose that much. It's only if I can't keep losing the amount I've been losing so far. And bear in mind, you lose less and less the skinnier you get. So I might only lose fucking 25 pounds by the end of this. But you know, it doesn't really matter, I guess. It's made a big difference. I have naturally quite puffy nipples, as you know. My nipples are not quite as puffy. Of course, you know that. I've got famously puffy nipples. But yeah, so boxing's going good. It's great. Please check out the links in the description. You can check if you want to look on Tweets Badly as well. That's there's some information up there. Judd, so are you going to donate? Are you going to donate, or do you want me to wait and find out about sponsoring the vest?
Sponsoring the what? Sorry.
So the vest that I have to fight in. I think they said that you can get company logos on there for £50, I think it is.
Oh
How we find out about that instead?
If you can get Bad Dragon.
Oh my god, Judd, we've done this already. You were way too drunk. We did. I told you this in the 100 podcast special. You must have been too drunk. But no, that's not how it works. As in, I said we can sponsor it and get the podcast logo on. Maybe if I find out about that. You said you'd be willing to do that.
We've not looked into it, though. Maybe they'd be willing. You don't know. Shall I email them?
You can email them if you like, but I don't think it's going to be any success. He's actually going to email them. Don't email them. Don't fuck this up for me. Because if they're like, you're not fighting because you're going to be a little bitch, then I'd be so pissed off.
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is... What I'm saying is, I don't want to risk not being able to fight in any way because I've worked so fucking hard for this.
Oh, you're saying if they were like, right, we're gonna have a little look at these companies that you're getting sponsored.
Yeah, and then they said you're not allowed to fight because you've got a fucking dildo company on your vest. But anyway,
that would be really funny. That would destroy you, but that would be really funny.
It would be so. I'd be so mad that it wouldn't be funny. You wouldn't be laughing, honestly. Like, you don't understand how much fucking effort I've put into this. But do you want me to wait until I've found out about how sponsoring works to see if we could do that, basically, before you donate? Or are you just going to donate?
What, when we put in half each?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Or you could just donate it, because, like, come on. It is for charity, you little
50
fuck.
quid's a lot. 50 quid's a lot of money. I got shit going on right now. I'll donate. I'll donate myself.
Are you gonna donate 20 quid?
Yes, I will.
Perfect, because that means that next boxing video I do, we've got to do a spicy challenge and do sparring. So it'll probably if we do that, it'd probably not be this weekend, or it'd probably be some point next week. Basically, I'm gonna have to down lots of spiciest hot sauce there is, and Judd's gonna come at me and try and beat me up. So there you go. That's some boxing stuff. Anyway, moving on.
Hold on, sorry. Do you have like tiers? Is it like a Patreon thing where the more you donate, okay.
It's
all right.
So the more you donate, the more push-ups and exercise and stuff I'll do. But also, if we reach a certain amount donated, it's like donation goals. So if we reach 200 donated, then we do the spicy thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
Last thing on boxing, it's not very boxing related. And if you're not interested in boxing, there's more coming up that I'm sure you will be interested in. But I know you're going to love this, Judd, because there's an extra sign-up thing you can do, and you can sign up to the non-charity boxing classes. So there's 2 charity-free boxing classes a week for everyone who's competing in the charity boxing match, but there's 2 extra classes a week that you can sign up for at the gym and go to those as well. And if you sign up to be a member of the boxers, you get equipment provided as part of signing up. So you get boxing gloves, you get a t-shirt, and you get some proper like silk boxing shorts. Now, okay. I showed my girlfriend these boxing shorts because she thought they were pretty cool.
I just want to say really quickly, I've not put a name on it or anything, but I've literally just this second donated.
You've donated anonymous?
I have.
Anonymous?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking boring cunt. Fucking anonymous. What, are you scared of me saying Judd out loud? Is it like Voldemort? No. Can I not say his name out loud?
Don't say my name too many times, because I'll start transforming.
So on these boxing gloves and the boxing shorts, there's like a wide version of their logo that has because it's called Combat. I don't want to say the name of it, actually. I don't want anyone turning up there. It's something to do with combat, so it's got their logo, and then it's got like all the types of stuff they do around it. So it says K1 kickboxing, it says boxing, because they do different classes for kickboxing and boxing, strength and conditioning, because they have like just a personal trainer thing, and it says those all the way around it. But there's also another word on in that list, for some reason. Okay. It says boning. It just says boning on it. And I thought, oh my god, they've made a typo. It's supposed to say boxing, but it looks like... I thought it was basic, because it's embroidered. I thought it's like, oh my god, it looks like an N, but it's meant to be an X. But no, because it says boning and boxing. It says there's one where there's an X, and it looks fine. So it just actually does say boning on there. So I don't know where the fuck that's come from. I'm going to point it out to him today and be like, what the fuck does it say boning on here for? Do you have a weird sort of class after hours that I don't know about? What's going on? And it's on the shorts, and it's also on the boxing gloves. It says boning on the fucking gloves.
Nice.
Oh, I just thought that was really funny, and that she pointed that out. I'll let you know what they say about the fact that it says boning on there. It straight up does, unless it means like bonning. But I don't know what the fuck bonning is.
Bonning.
I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna Google how it's spelled. B-O-N-I-N-G. Bonning. What is bonning? It is boning. That's how boning's spelt, and it's categorized as the removal of bones from a carcass or filleting something. But we all know that's not what it means. So God. There we go. That's pretty damn funny, if you ask me.
Nice.
So there you go. Boning. But I've got. It's now time for this one.
That's it. This is why you are wrong. What is that one?
It's time for This Is Why You Are Wrong. This is a segment where I present Judd with a topic, he presents his stance on the topic, and I try and convince him why he's wrong. In today's segment. The topic of debate is, what is the best animated character? Now, it can be it has to be a character that's only animated. So, for example, the Joker is not eligible. They have to be exclusively animated or originally animated. Their original method of their original media has to be animated.
Okay.
So have a quick think about that one, you little bitch. And
I think
because, for example, one of the ones I would pick would be like from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but all of those were obviously originally comic books. They don't count as animated. So
I think I've got one.
What are you going with then, Judd?
SpongeBob. I'm gonna go with SpongeBob. I spent a lot of my time watching SpongeBob as a kid. I feel like a lot of kids did. This is more really a comment of the writing and the show, but SpongeBob is still funny. It's still like quite funny. I was watching some
almost in an ironic way.
Yeah, but like some of the older episodes, like they weren't just doing the sort of, just market it towards kids thing. They were like, adults are in the room too. Let's also make it funny for adults. And it was like my nan thought SpongeBob were funny. My granddad, who quite hates whenever like kids have got cartoons or anything like that on.
Yeah.
He thought SpongeBob was funny. I'm talking like he's an actual real person. He's just fucking SpongeBob, dude. He's so iconic as well. He's just iconic as well. He's the show itself. I'm talking about the show more than the character, but the show itself, I feel like, also set the sort of the gold standard of what like an animated show should be, where you sort of like have this where it's funny for everyone. Like it's just you actually care about how you're writing, because at that time, it was like stick your kids in front of a TV, slap on some cartoons, Scooby-Doo, or they chase around a guy for a bit, then they pull off a mask, and that's the episode. But SpongeBob was like it was also, I don't know if cartoons had done this before, but the stories continued on from each other in a way. Like it was quite episodic, but there were some really things episodic. That like, but there were some things that continued on, like SpongeBob like getting a job and like starting at the Krusty Krab, and then he was slowly like becoming, more used to that. So I think I'm going to say SpongeBob.
Okay. Well, what we'll say, I don't think it carried on very much from each other anyway. It was just basic themes like he can't learn to drive, he never becomes manager, Yeah,
I mean a bit. I mean that very loosely, not.
But I know a show on the same network that very much did carry on, and is rated as literally the second best movie or TV ever on our spreadsheet.
Is it Over the Garden Wall, Jake?
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I think the character I'm going to pick from it is probably Zuko, though. I was thinking about Aang. I was thinking about just straight up going with him because he develops a lot and he's quite an interesting character and got quite a lot of tragedy. He's quite fun, but come on, there's a lot of depth to Zuko. He changes so much. As you know, you fucking love this character, dude. You already know that just mentioning it. I can see that look on your face, like, actually, you might be right already here. The thing I really like about Zuko is he does quite a common thing that happens in these sorts of shows, where he goes from kind of like a generic "I'm angry" villain to being like almost a friend, having loads of depth. He changes a lot.
He goes, I'm angry. He goes from being I'm angry to I'm angry and I want to stop being angry.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful transition. He becomes less of a villain through the whole thing, and not a hero, though. He becomes a more complex character, which, come on, Spongebob ain't going to hold up to that. Not going to lie. He's a pretty damn good iconic character, but everyone in The Last Airbender is iconic as well. Probably Aang is the most iconic, but not the best character overall. And you get comedic moments in that show, even down to Zuko being the butt of the joke for a while, but, like, it kind of grows with you, and, like, he grows with you, and you get your jokes when you need them, you get your serious emotion when you need them. They use the fact that he's an animated character as well to have, like, cool powers and choreography and all sorts involved.
I love this one picture of Zuko. I don't know why. I think it's just him smiling next to Aang, but I think he's like looking right at the camera. That's why I find it so funny. I've just sent it you. I just naturally find that picture really funny.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It's a lot. You get that a lot with the animated shows, don't you? But yeah, and I think that's all I need to mention. Really, it's like it's very simple as to why. And also, let's be honest. I know that it's the show that's been rated that high, and not necessarily this animated character. But you have to admit, if it wasn't for Zuko being in that, it wouldn't be rated so high. It'd still be rated really high, but it wouldn't be rated the second highest of all time. If he wasn't in it. So he's a big part of that show being so highly rated. So there you go. I'm going to go with Danny Zuko from Greece. I mean, oh shit, no. Zuko from Last Airbender.
Yeah.
We did it! We did it! Once again.
I've been shit at these. I don't think I've got one in, like, forever.
I think I can see the pain in your eyes. You don't want me to have convinced you, which is really annoying for me because, like, that makes it really hard. If you just, like, be open-minded and, like, try and be convinced.
I am convinced. You're correct. That's what I'm saying. He is.
That's how I tend to convince you, by just being right. So yeah.
I'm just not a person to just go, no. I hear your point, but no. So,
yeah, exactly. I can't do that either.
So
right, Judd, have you got a freak of the week, Judd?
I have got a freak of the week. But
let's play the jingle.
Freak of the week.
This is time for Freak of the Week. This is where Judd's bumped into an interesting, crazy, freaky person, and we want to hear all about them because we love these sorts of people. It sounds like, from Judd's expression and voice, that it's not going to be a particularly wild one this time, but, you know.
It's less of... I kind of don't want to do it, because this is kind of awful, but it's less of, like... I've been seeing a lot of people who act freaky, and I've just been seeing a lot of, like, people who look freaky. I've been seeing a lot of, like, you know, sideshow attractions recently.
Oh my God.
I saw a guy, and he looked like some sort of amalgamation of man and bird. He was like quite strange looking. I went into a Spoons, a Weatherspoons, and
very cheap pub translation for the Americans.
Cheap, yeah. I went in. I was quite taken aback by this guy. He was quite sort of like some sort of creature, like some sort of fantasy creature, and it was like sat on this table, and it was kind of sad actually because he was sat at this table, and he had his laptop up, and he had like a glass of wine or something, and he was just like playing solitaire on his laptop by himself, but he was like, his nose was like long and it was hooked, and he had quite sort of like avian features. I was like, that man's a bird. That is a bird man.
Maybe he should have played the vulture in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I pointed straight at him in public and I went, look, everyone look, he's a bird, he's a freak.
And then he went, gah, gah, and flew off.
Yeah, and he like pooped out an egg and he like flew off. No, but there was Birdman. I saw. I've been seeing a lot of. We decided a bit ago that it was cooler to call them dwarfs and not little people, and this is coming from a small. This is coming from a small person, myself. I've been seeing a lot of dwarfs recently. Dwarfs are cool. I like dwarfs.
I think more dwarfs should embrace being a dwarf and like grow big beards and stuff.
Dwarfs are awesome. Dwarfs have always been awesome. What else have I seen? I've seen there was a woman.
Not a woman.
A woman. They're just fucking weird to me. What was wrong with this woman? I know there was something wrong with her.
It can't have been that weird if you can't remember it. We'll definitely be seeing plenty of strange folks this weekend because there's Barnsley Live.
Barnsley Live is on.
You got to come out for Barnsley Live, Judd. I'm going to be a little bit late. I think I'm going to aim to be there about 4 p.m. So
she galloped. That was the thing. She
bird
galloped.
and a horse.
Yeah. She I've met a bird and a horse. Maybe furries are like a real thing, and they're just instead of being like these like coloured characters, are like deformed. Actually, no, that is just furries.
A little bit like Danny DeVito Penguin.
Yeah. She did like this weird sort of like gallop thing when she like walked. I was like, it wasn't like a limp. It was like a gallop or like a trot.
Oh no.
Weird.
She might have been like disabled or something.
She's probably just disabled. She's probably just some disabled.
Oh god. I mean, good. I mean, so she can get places. Yeah. She galloped and it looked strange and she's still moving. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, you fat fuck. You can't go anywhere. Oh, we're going to get cancelled for that now. Oh my god.
Yeah,
well, anyway, that's been Freaks of the Week. We do. I know it's not a particularly endearing term, but we consider it an endearing term. To be a freak is to be an interesting, enjoyable person. So, Judd, I'm going to ask you again, once and for all, and probably until you actually watch it. Have you seen Squid Game yet?
I've not.
You've not even started trying to watch it.
I've been doing nothing to stop me from watching Squid Game.
I genuinely, like, seriously though, I think you should. This is your fucking homework for next week so that we can talk about it, okay? This is like your duty to have something to talk about on the podcast, okay? Right, that's your homework. But what I want you to do is watch it with my recommendation and see what you think and just commit to it, okay?
All right, yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, the first 2/3, the first 10 minutes of episode, you might want to write this down.
I know you're going to say skip it, but I'm not.
No, it's quite complicated, Judd. It's quite complicated. I'm not saying skip it. Right, get ready for this. You're going to have to skip one episode, but like just trust me and go with it, okay? So, the first 10 minutes, watch it on dubbed for a start. Don't watch subtitles, on dubbed. And the first 10 minutes, watch as normal, right? And then until they enter the games, until there's a point where the main guy meets a man in a suit, and the man in the suit wants to play a game with him. Until that point, watch at 1.5 speed. Okay? Yeah? Until that point, watch at that speed. Then watch the rest of that episode as normal. Okay? Then watch the start of the first episode as normal, I think, until it starts showing you stuff that's not in the games. Okay? Until basically it's showing stuff for people that's not in the games.
Is this the first or second episode?
This is now the second episode. So you watch the start of the second episode until it starts showing stuff about not within the games. Okay? That'll make sense when you watch them. Okay? Then when it starts showing that, skip the rest of that episode. Don't bother with it. And then start on episode 3.
Okay.
And then watch as normal all the way until the last episode. And then when the games end, just don't watch anymore.
Okay.
Just don't even bother. Or, optional, just watch it on like 1.5 speed, or you could watch it on as normal if you want, but like, my recommendation is probably 1.5 speed.
Okay.
Try it that way. Let's see what happens. I think that's the best way to watch it. Okay.
I've got watch undubbed. Watch first 10 minutes as normal. Watch at 1.5 speed until the suit man. Then for the second one, it's watch start of episode, but not the non-game content. And then episode 3, watch normally until the game's end. That's what.
So from episode 3, I'm talking watch episode 3 and the rest of the series until right up until the last episode as normal. Like, you don't have to do anything from episode 3 until like the last episode, about a third of the way through, I think, the game's end. And then like watch it on like 1.5 speed after that, something like that. Yeah. But what I wanted to talk to you about really quick is another show. It's very like Squid Game. It's Alice in Borderland. Have you heard of this one?
Yes, I have heard of that one. It's by the same dude, isn't it?
Is it? I don't think so. It's Japanese, not Korean. So.
Oh, well, maybe it's not then. I heard it was by the same guy.
It might be, for all I know, but I like Alice in Borderland more, right? But it's not better. As in, I don't think most people would like it more, but what I'm really enjoying about it is it's got a nice, healthy dollop of anime flavouring in it. It's live action, but, like, there's a good feeling of anime in it. Like, you can feel the anime, but it's more tense than Squid Game. The games are a little bit more interesting. The overall story and the mystery of it is a little bit better. And the characters are cooler because they're kind of anime-esque. And, like, what I like about it even more is because Squid Game's kind of, like, got an amount of grittiness to it, you kind of, if there's any sort of, like, I don't know, flaw in the games or in kind of the characters acting a bit silly or something, it is a flaw. Whereas because in Alice in Borderland is a bit anime-ish, it just kind of adds to it, if there's anything like that. It's like that little bit of silliness is quite cool. And it's like, there's one character in it that's obviously the dark hero. He's not the main guy. He's obviously that one who sits like really far away and goes, this main guy is really good at figuring out these games.
Yes.
He's not better than me, though. You know, he's like...
Kaiba.
Yeah, it's like Kaiba, Shadow the Hedgehog, or maybe Knuckles. I don't know. Probably more Shadow. So he's one of those guys. And he's brilliant. I love it. It's so good. It's so fun how it's like... It's kind of so obvious, like, that they fit into these anime tropes, but it's really fun to see it in live action. And... spoilers here. There's a bit of a spoilers here, but I can't help it because you should watch this after Squid Game. The biggest twist of the whole thing is that one of the characters is trans, and I had no fucking clue because they were so convincing. And it's not like one of the main characters. They might be in the future, but it was brilliant. There was like a flashback, and then it kind of got to this fight, and it's so hard to explain. You have to watch it. You might not even see it coming, even though, like, I've told you it happens. That was the biggest twist of this whole fucking thing. It was great. Alice in Borderland, I loved it. It was really cool. And fuck Squid Game. Watch that one. Enjoy that one instead. It's better. It's like, obviously very similar concept.
I'll delete those notes. I'll delete those notes you put about
No. You have to watch both because you've been bad. You've got to watch both of them, okay? Squid Game first, in that order, and then just watch Alice in Borderland. Because there's like... I wouldn't say there's no filler in it. It's still anime-esque, but like, you know, it's like there's no reason to skip anything. It's just
they have
good.
An episode where they go to the beach.
They literally do.
Perfect.
It's great. It's really good, but it's kind of like a twist on a beach episode. And I'm not. It's not a spoiler for me to tell you this. It's like it's essentially a hotel that kind of this group of people have taken over because they want to work together to beat the games. And it's like a bit of kind of like a paradise thing, and everyone has to wear bathing suits there and they party all the time and that. And it's called The Beach. which I find pretty funny because, like, it's almost a joke on the anime tropes, isn't it? It's pretty cool. I love it. It's good. That's a good fucking show, that is. Anyway, that's the end of podcast because we're running late on time and I've got to go to boxing training this evening. So we're going to end on fuck you, eat a dog biscuit. See if you like it. That might be fun.
You might like it.
Might like it.